Hello, Internet. Welcome back to our golf scenario playthrough. In the last episode, we organized our base as much as this is organized because we're still recovering from all of our massive blood loss. We do seem mostly better at this point. In fact, it's gone. How about that? All right, so that was much faster recovery than I actually expected. I thought this would take probably like a week in game for us to recover from our severe blood loss. It was only like 2 days, 3 days from advanced hypovolemic shock to nothing. So that's probably fast. I guess I have no idea how much the human body actually recovers blood over time. I don't know how long it would take to recover from severe blood loss in real life. Although in real life you would probably be getting transfusions and things. So 3 days or so seems crazy fast. But in general, Cataclysm characters do heal faster than other people, like real life people would. So I don't know. That just seems really fast to me. I thought it would be like a really long, drawn out process where we would struggle for a long time to recover. We're gonna make a little bit more water so that we have some just easy to consume beverages at the base. Since we are largely recovered, I don't think we need to worry too much about going out and fighting. So I think we will take our rifle and we're probably going to go out and start murdering things again and exploring the town. We're going to look for water here. Clean water. We'll make a whole gallon of it. Take a little bit of time, but that's okay. We may run out of wood here. Pour in a container, gallon jug, and then we will drop that on our drink pile. Go ahead and drop the clean water here. No, yes, drop the gallon jugs, and we will put the other gallon jug on our container pile, which is this one. Nope. Where's my container pile? Containers. Here we go. Drop that here for easy access later. Yeah, so the other benefit of what we've done over the last few weeks is that we found all this ammo, 1,460 rounds. In fact, along with all of these extra magazines, we really want some of those in our inventory, by the way. Let's take apart these ammo belts. Can I do that in the dark? Disassemble. You cannot disassemble this. Is it, let's save, we're going to drop and butcher one. If it, you don't have the tools. Okay. Alrighty. Where's my tool pile? These are clothing. Where are my tools? Oh, that's always the problem with first starting a base, is that you don't know yet where everything is. So let's grab a wrench, and let's grab like a screwdriver. And I can't really think of anything else you might need. Like, isn't an ammo belt? How are things secured in an ammo belt? Don't they just pop right out? Like, couldn't you do that with your fingers, I thought? Let's go ahead and drop the ammo belt. Butcher it. Can't disassemble this. How do I take you apart? Unload. Unload the ammo belt. There we go. Okay. You would think it would be disassembled, but again, if it's just linkage and you're just putting bullets in the linkage, like I said, I would expect that to come off in your fingers, or with your fingers rather. Pick up all this ammo. We'll dump that on our ammo pile. It's just a beautiful thing to see that many bullets. That's just so satisfying. It looks like we do have 2 extra clips in our inventory, so all these are just extra magazines. We don't really need to carry more than 2 extra magazines. It would be nice if we had a larger, like, drum magazine. I think would be my preferred thing to keep. But the 30-round clips are the standard issue. So unless we come across like a gun shop or something that might have, or an armory that has the drum magazines. Someone expanded a while back a lot of these 223 magazines, the Stanag mags. So we actually have like 10-round magazines, we have 30-round magazines, we have like a 100-round drum clip, we have a 200-round clip, I believe. Things like that. Actually, I use the word clip and magazine interchangeably. I don't know if that's proper terminology. Don't hate me, gun nuts. I'm not one of you. I don't know the rules. Let's go ahead and keep this screwdriver in our inventory as a favorite. We'll keep the wrench as well. Why not? It's nice to have a wrench. Everything else we can drop on our unsorted pile, however. keep our clothing, of course. And then the next question is, do we go out at night? It's a very bright night. We can see pretty far here. Actually, that's probably... Why is my peak not... My peak is... Something is going on with my keyboard. When I press the peak button, it auto-exits the peak. Yeah, what is that about? Don't do that. Anyway, I'm not sure... It's a very bright night. It might just be because the sun has just gone down, so it probably will get darker. I don't think exploring now is really in our best interest, so why don't we just read some books? Oh, but we need wood. And we don't have a plank to smash with. That's okay, we have baseball bats. Why are my keys... What's going on with my keyboard? Stop that. So let's grab ourselves a bat here to smash things with. Drop the spear is fine, and we'll just go gather some wood from around the base here. I thought we just did quite a bit of wood, you know, smashing. Do you give any wood? You do. So we'll smash the bed as well. We don't need all these extra beds. And we will gather up all of our newfound supplies. Some of this stuff will go on the spare parts pile. Some of it will go on the wood pile. Either way, gives us some wood. Oh, I think I found our spear that we lost before. So that's good. That'll get sorted on our weapon pile, and we can use that as a backpack. I also want to know what's in here. Just a little locked closet for no good reason. Alrighty. And then we will pick up our spear again. Okay. Sort everything out. So we'll have some wood. So we have some light to read by. I do believe this playthrough we have a lantern. But we saw previously that the gasoline lantern actually consumes quite a bit of gasoline. And although gasoline is plentiful, I also don't like the idea of just spending hundreds and hundreds of charges to read. I would much rather use wood because wood is so much more readily available. So we're gonna do that. Also, probably should get ourselves a question so we have something to talk about. Why is my peak menu broken? God, this is very annoying. It's automatically undoing the peak for some reason. I don't understand. Maybe it's my mouse is clicking or something. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Maybe my X key is busted on my key. You probably don't care. Let's move on. Let's start a fire here. Read ourselves a book. We were reading mechanics. We might as well polish off our mechanics book. Oh, and we should get ourselves a question as well. And let's eat something. So let's get a question. Click. Scroll. Click. If magic was real, what spell would you want to learn first? Okay. That's a interesting one. We often get such terrible questions, so I'm pretty content with that one. What is going on with my... Okay, I gotta address whatever is happening with my keyboard. So I don't know what happened. We seem to have eaten just a heap of cheese spread. I didn't push these buttons, so I don't know what's going on with my keyboard. It makes me think makes me think of malware, but hopefully that is not the issue. I've since unplugged and replugged it. Hopefully that takes care of the issue. But we ate a lot of cheese spread, so I guess that's something. We're not hungry anymore. I do think we should be eating better calories than that. But okay, yeah, seems to be getting multiple inputs, which is very strange, and also not something my audience probably cares very much about. So let's try not to talk about it. Hopefully will not be an issue. If magic was real, oh boy, what spell would you learn first? You know, it's complicated. Magic is one of those things. It's kind of like asking someone what their superpower would be, right? I think on the one hand, it reveals a lot about a person. You know, like if you're ever talking to someone and they're like, "Oh, I want my superpower to be invisible," that person is a bad person because there's no reason to be invisible unless you're like harassing or taking advantage of people. So being invisible, really not practical or useful in real life, and it tends, in my opinion, makes me think some stuff about that person. Or like if someone's like, oh, I want to be able to have mind control, then you're like, oh, geez, you really should not control people's minds. That's like a super invasive, horrible thing to want to have, you know? So, it's doing it again. Well, that's exciting. Apparently we ate wet dog food, peaches, and canned meat. Oh, this is a problem, internet. I really don't want you to continually eat things without my permission. We're inevitably going to eat something bad for us. So I don't like that. I have no idea what would cause that. Oh, okay. Let's just plow through. Get ourselves some water here. Drink some water. Okay. No, do not eat beyond your limits. All right, and it's daylight, so we can go out on the town. I'm a little concerned with the button pressing that we might get ourselves killed by accident, but I think we'll be okay. We're going to wield the M4. I don't really see a reason. You know, we should kite until we're not able to kite anymore. The weapon should be a backup. My temptation, now that we have like proper ammunition stockpile, my instinct is to just shoot everything because it's so much easier and faster than actually like manually trying to kite enemies and things like that. But I do think that, you know, if a new player were talking to me and they asked me for my recommendation would be to conserve that ammo as much as possible. Are you both... Oh, you're not even enemies. I was waiting for them to come fight me and they're not even enemies. Let's push up north because... Oh, you know what? There's not really anything up here. Yeah. I don't know that we need to go north. I mean, I guess it's safer than going into like the center of town. But the center of town is going to give us access to more cool stuff. Pet supply, clothing store, fast food. Let's head south. The main reason being that the pet supply store probably has lots of canned chicken and canned tuna, which would be nice to have those meat products in a shelf-stable form. So we're going to head south here and see what we can see. Seeing some zombies, including a zapper zombie. Oh, it's did that thing again where I tried to peek. I'm having technical difficulties, internet. Let me try to address this again. Alrighty, let's try this again. So I've cleaned the connections on my keyboard. I've mashed the keys a little bit. I've unplugged and replugged. I've restarted Cataclysm. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay. So basically what was happening, if you didn't catch it because it happened very quick, I pressed X in order to get the free look menu, which is this here. And I pushed the button to scroll over and see what zombies were there, but it exited the peak, or it exited this immediately. So when I was pushing those buttons, it actually moved my character, and it moved my character much more than I pressed the button, which is what we saw earlier with like the cheese spread where it ate like 8 cheese spreads. It seems to have taken one key press and multiplied it. So we actually shot way over here into an unexplored area when I was trying just to get eyes on the enemy and see what I was looking at. So that was kind of scary. You know, if this were later in the game and we were dealing with like brutes and shockers and stuff, we could have gotten ourselves in a ton of trouble. What we're going to do is hopefully lure these enemies back towards a safe place, because we're going to melee this guy and then we're going to shoot this guy because we have a metal weapon in our hands and I don't want to get zapped repeatedly. So in order to do that and to shoot safely, we actually have to kind of lure them back to our base area here. Don't know what's going on with the keyboard. Hopefully that's a non-issue. I don't have any other keyboards. I actually gave them all to the recycling, like the electronics recycling thing. Like, so every couple months they collect electronics in my town for so you can easily dispose of old TVs and old computers and stuff like that. So I actually gave up my old keyboard a while back, and I don't have any backup keyboards, and I really like this keyboard, so it would bum me out to have to lose this keyboard. We're gonna run away from the zapper so we can safely wield our M4. And we're going to blast this fool. Again, sorry about that. I know technical issues are something that most people are not... you don't want to hear about. They just want to see you play the game and stuff. So I'm sorry that derailed me so much. See that Rottweiler? Why don't we go shoot the Doggo, which I know is a terrible thing to say, but he's trapped anyway. He's not living a full life, and he's already a zombie, so we might as well. Let's get our stam back. Head to the south. Actually, I think it would be a bad idea to... Oh, nope, it exited my view again. Why are you doing that? Please stop doing that. I think it would be a bad idea for us to come down here and shoot, is because I think we haven't really explored... I did it again. We haven't really explored to our south. So I think... God, this stupid effing... We haven't explored to the south. which makes it difficult to know if we can safely shoot in that area or not. Because if we go down there and we start shooting, there were a lot of enemies to the south where that turret was, and with the turret firing, it might have drawn more enemies in that direction that in the darkness maybe couldn't see the turret, so they're just hanging out down there. So if we go down here and start popping off rounds, there's a chance that we could bring a big horde to us, and we kind of want to avoid that. So we're just going to head back to down this way. We're going to explore that pet supply store, things like that. And we're going to be real careful about our keyboard because this is infuriating. Don't know why this is happening. I guess you dust your keyboard. I should dust my keyboard maybe. Maybe something's stuck in like the escape button, so it's exiting the free look thing. I don't know. Maybe it's malware. Maybe someone has hacked my PC. Maybe they're listening to me right now. If you're listening to me right now and you're manually manipulating my keyboard, please stop. I'm trying to play a zombie game, and you're ruining my day. And that's rude. Okay. Magical spells. What would you learn? Ah, jeez. Probably like shape-shifting, I guess. It'd be cool to even just to change my physical appearance, you know, maybe make myself a little better looking. Like, isn't that a pathetic waste of a spell like shape shifting? Like, most people be like, oh man, I want to be an animal, I want to fly, I want to be a bird, I want to be an animorph for like 20 minutes or whatever. And in my head, I'm just like, I don't know, it'd kind of be nice to be slightly more handsome, I guess. So these guys probably can see us or have seen us as we were moving around. I didn't notice this back wall was glass. So that's probably what the thumping is, someone trying to get in the back door here. We probably will just leave. I don't really have a huge desire for instruments anyway. And why don't we wait a little bit, see if any of them make their way over here to us. Looks like some of them made it into the store. Yeah, these are not very durable glass walls. So just chill, let them come on out here. Hello, fat Zambi. Gonna deal with you real quick. I don't know, flamethrower hands, like, I don't know, being able to summon flames, or, you know, I don't know, blow a gust of wind from my hands, or power of force just shooting out of me. I don't know, it'd be cool to do that kind of stuff, but it's not exactly practical, you know, day-to-day life kind of thing. Hello, Zambi dog, you're gonna be annoying, I bet. Sprint, yes, you hit me. Only one hit, huh? Were you reanimated? He might have been reanimated. Usually they don't go down in one hit like that. Wet dog food. Well, we'll take that. It looks like we may have already cleared this place out. I don't remember being here. It's also a little lackluster. It only has one shelf, which is weird. And then back here is where that doggo would be. You're actually a normal dog, so we could use you for meat. You can see by the exclamation point, it is hostile. No, it's not. It's ignoring. Well, doggo, I could turn you loose. Why are there Oh, it's a pet store. It's not just a dog kennel. I could turn these animals loose, but they would just get murdered by zombies. So what I'll do is make a note, and this is a little dark, but there's fresh meat in kennels. So that we can come back here if we're ever desperate for meat, which is pretty messed up, I guess, now that I'm saying it out loud. What is this to my south? Public space. Are you packed with zombies? Some zombies. Not really much of anything here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that it's worth going down there. What else is here? Clothing store. I mean, we can pop in. There might be some leather gear. They might see us and come over. There's only a few of them. And they're pretty basic, so I'm not super worried about them. This will be a good chance to... It's a wedding dress. It'll be a good chance for us to pick up some basic undergarments. Like we might be able to find some compression clothing. Or cargo pants or anything like that. Really not much of anything of value here. It seems like mostly short shorts, which is Spoiler alert, not the best thing in the zombie apocalypse. Leather skirt will take. Although, that's one of those clothing items. You're eating multiple inputs again. Although that's one of those items that's probably not much armor anymore. You'll see it's 1.2, which is like a third of what the protection probably used to be. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head. So that's less useful than it used to be, but leather gear in general is something I will usually pick up. The hot pants aren't leather, are they? No, they're cotton, yeah. So I'm not super interested in those. Yes, clothing store, like most clothing stores, not super interesting, which is a bit of a bummer. Some books. Sewing books. We actually already have all of these. So that's a bummer. Would have been great to, like, it's good to know that. I didn't really know that you could find tailoring books in clothing shops. So that's pretty cool. If you're ever looking for tailoring books, seems like this would be a great place to go. So it's cool to have that. Plus, you'll see here it has a lot of the miscellaneous stuff that you would find that you need now for sewing, since the sewing proficiencies and stuff. So it's pretty cool that this functions in a similar capacity to what the sewing basements function as. Where are you? Ignore? Okay. We'll pick up most of this other stuff as well. It's not like we have anything else in our inventory, so we're not super worried about that. Oh, there's an upstairs as well. Oop, don't want to go back there. Really don't know what's back there. That's where we saw all those zombies before, I believe. Check the second floor. What do you got up here? Maybe an apartment or something? Just more inventory. Makes sense. Just like a little warehouse area for their clothing. Same stuff that was downstairs. Really nothing of value, which is honestly disappointing. You would think a clothing store would have a wide variety of stuff. We will take that leather skirt as well. You would think it'd be a huge variety of things, but it's really just a few handfuls of like traditionally female clothing. Leather skirts. Like, it's just bizarre to me that there are hot pants in the same store that you would go to buy a wedding dress. You know what I mean? Here's a pair of leather hot pants. We'll take those for materials. Yeah, so mostly a bust here, unfortunately. Same with the pet supply store, mostly a bust, because we had apparently already been there. And a little janitorial closet. We will take the hydrogen peroxide, of course. I don't know. Internet, what magic trick would you want to learn? Not trick, magical spell. What would you want to learn if you suddenly discovered that magic was real and you had some innate ability to do magic? What would be the first thing you would want to learn? You know, maybe even say like okay, like you're Harry Potter, you show up at Hogwarts and you have a personal mentor. Dumbledore takes you aside and is like, I'm going to teach you whatever you want to learn. One spell, I will teach you anything you ask. What would you do? If we're going by like net hack rules, obviously like a wish spell, or like, you know, D&D rules where there's something where you can literally wish for anything. That seems like a good go-to. But I also don't really think that's in the scope of the question. I think it's supposed to be something a little bit more real, like, you know, practical and non-fantasy. Although magic itself is fantasy, so maybe it is on the table. So what do you wish for? I don't know. What, or not what do you wish for? What do you learn magically? I don't know. Oh, and we were doing our fighting without our gear on. I should have thought about that. That's not great. What magic spell would I learn? I don't know. I don't know. Make water. Summon bread. Oh, I do like summoning. So like summoning a pet or a familiar of some kind. That is probably what I would do. I think would be really cool. All right, well, my dogs are barking. I had a lot of technical issues that I'm not really sure what's going on with, so I do think we should wrap the episode. Let me know in the comments down below what your magic spell go-to is, because I have no idea. I'm not a super fantasy guy, so I really don't know what is typical in that genre. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.